Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Committee on Government Operations. We are here for 3 o'clock agenda here at the State Capitol, March 12th. We are here for one item, that's to receive and consider the governor's message for the nomination of our esteemed Bonnie Kahakui for another term, State Procurement Officer for 4 years. And so with that, as you know, we have not much for fanfare. So we're going to just dive right into it with the indulgence of the public. So first up, testimony, we have, Director of DHER, Department of Human Resource Development, in support, written, Doug Murdoch. Written in support, Director Ed Snippen. Via Zoom, IT.
They're unavailable on Zoom.
Unavailable, okay. Then written in support, we have Sharon Hurd, Department of Ag, in support. Jade Bottai, an individual, in support. Keith Regan, Comptroller.
Chair, good afternoon. Keith Regan, State Comptroller, Department of Accounting and General Services. We did submit our written testimony in support of this nomination of Bonnie Kahakui. There's one change I'd like to make to my testimony, and that is to add the word strongly. I strongly support this nomination. I have worked with Bonnie closely for the last many years, and she has been an outstanding member of this team in terms of leading procurement in the State Procurement Office. She's been accessible, she's been reliable, she's been flexible, she's worked very closely with the department on a lot of complex issues, and I just wanted to let you know that we strongly support her nomination. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's see, next up, we have the State Procurement Office staff as a group. Are they here?
I'm Ruth Baker, and I am from the State Procurement.
Thank you so much. We have Debbie Kim Morikawa, Deputy Director, who's here, written as an individual in support, Department of Health. In support, we have Campaign Spending Commission, Executive Director. In support, we have Late from the Deputy Comptroller. Okay, thank you. We have Sarah Allen.
Yes, may I come up, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you so much. It's so fabulous to come up here and not be beholden to anyone. I can just say what I feel. Aloha, Chair. I'm Sarah Allen, prior SBO Administrator, and I strongly support Bonnie Bonnie for the position. And I just want to say that thank you for your support and for this committee support and the governor's support of the Procurement Office, because it's not just her team of 25 inside of the office, but it's also the thousands of procurement professionals across Hawaii. And she does all the training for them. And when you think about how hard it is to kind of align compliance with innovation and trying to get some of the departments to understand what innovation is and what it can be is really an amazing opportunity, but also a challenge. And I know that Bonnie is just on top of it. She always has been. I'm so proud of her, and I'm so proud of the procurement team. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thanks again.
it.
Appreciate
Cheers.
you being here.
Thank you.
Let's see, Tim Lyons, who's with a subcontractor. And they have written in support. We also have, let's see, Civic Initiatives. They have written in support. And then we also have Wayne Inouye, HTBC.
Yes.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hi, welcome, Chair. Wayne Inouye, Hawaii County Development, First Chain, HTBC. I haven't had the personal pleasure of meeting Bonnie personally, but I know that HTBC has been on the receiving end for tons of support from Bonnie and helping us through procurement and training. So on behalf of HTBC, we'd like to submit a strong support to Bonnie for next term. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Let's see, now we have several, first of all, Neil Miyahira, who's an administrator with budget, let's see, BNF, written support. And then we have Todd Omura, who's IT governance officer, written in support. We also have Mary Alice Evans.
Senator, I submitted written testimony in strong support,
Mhm.
but I just wanted to say that I've known Bonnie for 25 years. She has so much integrity and principle. And if trust in government is super important, Bonnie will ensure that that is upheld.
Thank you so much. Kirk Cottrell.
Hello, Kirk Cottrell. I'm just here as a 33-year veteran of state government. And you have my written testimony. I just wanted to add what some of the other testifiers said, and that is not only does she have skill and the acumen to run the SPO office, but she's accessible, which is a very good trait for those of us on the line on trying to get SPO guidance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, we have written testimony from numerous individuals to the committee, and they are all in support. That being said, is there anybody in the audience or perhaps in Zoom land who would like to testify on the nominee?
Good afternoon, Chair. Ryan Sakuda from the General Contractors Association. The General Contractors Association has had the privilege of working with Bonnie many times. I've always found her to be fair, responsible, reasonable, and she's willing to listen. Even if we don't see eye to eye on certain things, she's always taken the time to hear our concerns out. We found her to be very great for the office, so we stand in strong support.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? If not, I'd like to invite the nominee to come up and testify if she'd like. I don't know if any committee members have questions.
Good afternoon, Chair. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak before you and consider my nomination. Often we hear that procurement is a sole impediment to the acquisition of goods and services in construction. However, procurement is only a small part of the entire process. We still need to do work like planning, market research, defining specifications, and these activities need to be done regardless of the procurement method or if procurement is exempt to have a successful outcome. In addition, each department has its own processes, including multiple levels of approval and legal reviews, which can be excessive, lengthy, and cause and contribute to the complexity. Departments need to cut out any processes that are redundant, obsolete, or don't have any added value. Another challenge that we face in the executive branch is the decentralization of procurement at various procurement experiences. Employees from office assistants, program specialists, managers, principals, engineers, and everyone in between is doing procurement. Out of the 800 buyers registered in our e-procurement system, only a fraction of them, 5%, do procurement as a full-time basis. Normally, staff are doing procurement as other duties as assigned. So it's imperative that procurement be elevated to a professional level. The Procurement Consolidation Working Group recently submitted a report recommending the first step to full consolidation requires each department to create a central procurement office within the department with trained personnel, professional staff whose sole responsibilities is to do procurements. This will result in cost savings, improve efficiencies, better contract management. Regardless of where the staff ultimately resides, whether it's at SPO or within the department, procurement as a function of the state must be professionalized at all levels. This can be done through comprehensive training and certification, in addition to membership in organizations like the National Association of State Procurement Officials, the NIGP organization, and the National Association of Contract Managers. But all of this comes with a cost, including additional staffing, salaries to attract and retain procurement staff, trainings and certification programs, technology upgrades, and other resources that may be required to support with the resort of the legislature. Procurement touches all departments and every agency. We understand procurement can be complex, so it has been SPO's mission to demystify procurement and provide agencies with a guidance, support, policies and procedures, and online platforms to make their work easier and more efficient while still complying with the myriad of statutes and rules, not only for government entities, but for the vendor community who do business with the state. Thank you and available to questions.
Thank you so much. Actually, you've already answered them up front with your
Okay.
testimony. So I'm really glad that you touched upon all those things because they have been the issues that obviously to explain to the committee and everybody else where you fit in there, but also touching upon what I think has been nicknamed as this embed idea to try to address the issues in the department. So that being said, my committee members are starting to roll in. And so therefore, I will ask them if they have any questions of the nominee. It looks like there is none. Good quorum? Yep. Okay, we'll just wait for him then. We have a vote sheet. Want to take my number?
My pleasure.
Thank you. Very super transparent. So strongly, so you're recommending an SD1 on the nominee? We were sending anybody before with an SD1. All right, you ready? Okay. Well, everybody, I think it's pretty evident, given that there is only testimony and support for the nominee, that there is strong consensus among the private sector and government and other places that, you know, our state procurement officer is doing a great job insofar as working with the agencies, insofar as procurement issues go, advising them, but also with the vendors in different layers of government. The fact that you've identified, you know, the things that need to be done, that you've helped to explain and continue the role of procurement in the overall process of how goods and services and, you know, are procured is important. And I think to be able to carry this forward, to be able to implement the new Periscope system properly, to do this embed training, other things, we have to have continuity at SPO. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and recommend that we advise and consent on the nominee. Members, questions or comments? And I believe they're going to go real slow, so our wall might or might not show up. And there he is. Okay, with that, yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, I totally support this advice and consent. And Bonnie, I was so impressed, you know, when there was a tangled mess at HTA, with HTA and CNHA and the previous administration, and you were helpful in getting the, particularly the Ways and Means Committee to kind of decipher what was proper, what was improper, and you did so with just a clear vision. Didn't get political, no angry words, no finger pointing, but we really helped. We relied on your direction. I think you were super helpful because that thing could have gone in the complete opposite direction where we at this day would still be fighting over it. But I think you helped clear a path for all of us to get to a point where everyone can live happily ever after on that. So I was very impressed with that.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else comments? Not. Recommendation is to advise and consent. I vote yes.
Senator Gabbard is excused. Senator San Benaventura.
Aye.
I vote yes. Senator Owa.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.